What's going on, guys? Sharpshaw here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 3 best beginner survivor builds in DBD. These builds are not only going to be really good for the brand new survivor that just got Dead by Daylight, but it's also going to be good for the experts who are looking for a new build that works really well in a lot of situations. These builds are really beginner friendly because the perks used in them are only free perks. So that means all of the perks in this video are readily available to the beginner. They don't have to spend extra money to get these perks, and each build only contains one survivor's teachable, meaning that you'll only have to play with one survivor, and the rest of these perks are going to be the general perks, which are available to all survivors right off the bat. I also chose perks that are easy to use and easy to understand as a beginner. I know some perks like Dead Hard are really confusing to use as a beginner, so I chose to avoid those more complicated perks. So as I usually do, I'm going to rank these builds from worst to best, with 3 being the worst and 1 being the best. But don't worry if you like the third build over the first build, because one of the builds might be better suited to your playstyle. And for each build, I'm going to be analyzing each perk, and then at the end I'm going to explain why all 4 perks work really well together. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Coming in number 3, we have the Objective Dwight build. This build focuses on the objective playstyle and doing as many gens and totems as possible, and this is only going to be using teachables from Dwight. The perks that are going to be in this build are Prove Thyself, Small Game, Bond, and Spine Chill. Prove Thyself is arguably the best survivor objective perk in the entire game because it allows you to have a 15% stackable repair speed bonus per survivor you have on a gen. This means that if you have all 4 survivors on a single gen, you could have a maximum of 45% repair speed, so you do the gen almost twice as fast. Not only does it allow you to do co-op gens a lot faster, but it also gives you 100% bonus blood points in the co-op category at tier 3. And on an objective focused build, doing generators faster is your number 1 priority, so this is a must-have. Small Game is, in my opinion, the best totem tracking perk in the game, because whenever you're near a totem and you're looking in its direction, you'll get a little sound notification, and you'll basically be able to track the totem down way easier. And whenever a totem gets cleansed, it gets more and more accurate, so it'll get even easier to find the totems. Cleansing totems are really important in the objective category because if a killer is running a hex perk, you really want to cleanse those, so being able to find totems that much easier is a must-have in this objective build. Bond is a really good information perk because it allows you to see the survivors that are near you within a 36-meter range at tier 3. Knowing the exact location of where the survivors are near you is a really good piece of information. For example, you could hop on a gen with them and complete it faster with Prove Thyself. If they're injured, you can easily go up and heal them. If they're getting chased by the killer, you'll be able to know the exact location of the killer and where the survivor is bringing them. So overall, being able to see the survivors near you is such a good piece of information in an objective build. Finally, Spine Chill is probably one of the best killer tracking perks in the game, because whenever the killer is within 36 meters of you and they're looking at you, the perk at the bottom right is going to light up. So this is really good information if you're working on a gen and you see it consistently light up. This means that the killer is probably coming at you and at that gen, so you can either get a huge head start into chase, or you can hide and then just keep working on the gen whenever the killer leaves. And on top of that, whenever the perk is active at tier 3, you also get 6% action speed bonuses for a bunch of things like repairing gens, vaulting, unhooking, opening the exit gate. So this is a really good piece of information to either get a huge head start in your chases or just be really stealthy and stay away from the killer. These 4 perks work really well together in making a fantastic objective build, because you have Prove Thyself, which is really good for generators, and Small Game is really good for totems, so that pretty much covers the entire objective category. And you're going to get so much use out of Prove Thyself when it's paired with Bond, because you'll be able to find survivors to do gens with way quicker. With this information, basically all the generator progress you do is going to be co-op, so you're going to be getting a ton of blood points, and all of the generators in the trial are going to get done a lot quicker. And Small Game just allows you to find totems a lot easier, so if there's a really annoying hex like Ruin or something, you're going to be able to find that really easily and really quickly. And finally, Spine Chill is such a good perk to have on an objective build, because when you're sitting on an objective, knowing when the killer is coming at you is really good, because you'll be able to hide and keep doing whatever you're doing, or you could just get a huge head start in a chase. So overall, this is a great blend of being able to do objectives really well, but also stay away from the killer. Moving on to number 2, we have the speed bonus Claudette build. This build focuses on maximizing the use of your action speed bonus while only using Claudette's teachables. The perks that are going to be in this build are self-care, resilience, spine chill, and empathy. I usually don't recommend using self-care, but as a beginner, this is a really good perk to have because it allows you to heal yourself without the use of any medkit. This is especially good in solo queue because you won't have to rely on other survivors to heal you, and you won't have to rely on having a medkit, which might only be able to heal you once. If you get injured multiple times, self-care will be able to heal you as many times as you get injured. But in this build, you're going to find that you're not really going to want to use the self-care to fully heal yourself, but I'm going to explain that at the end of this build. Resilience is a really good perk because when you're injured at tier 3, you get 9% action speed bonuses for a bunch of stuff like repair speed, opening the exit gate, vaulting, unhooking. Basically any action you do, you can do 9% quicker when you're injured. So hypothetically, if you stayed injured the entire trial and you stayed away from the killer, you'd be able to get 9% repair speed bonuses on generators. That is really good, and it overall just makes you a really efficient survivor. I already explained spine chill in the 3rd objective build, but on this build specifically, it's really good because when you're using resilience and you're injured, you want to stay away from the killer as much as possible. So being able to know as soon as the killer is coming at you and being able to hide is really good, and keeping yourself injured and as efficient as possible with resilience. And finally, empathy tops it off as a really good information perk because you get to see all the survivors within 128 meters at tier 3, which is basically the entire map from corner to corner. So if a survivor is injured, you're going to be able to see them from the entire map. Not only do you get to go up to the survivors and help them and heal them, but you'll be able to know when the killer is chasing them, because if you just see a survivor randomly pop up with the yellow aura, that means the killer just injured them. So you can follow them around to see exactly where the killer is. These 4 perks make a really good speed bonus build because the combo of self-care, resilience, and spine chill make it so that you can get the most possible use out of resilience. Resilience and spine chill is a standard combo because when you're injured, you're going to be able to stay away from the killer with spine chill. But the 3rd perk combo in having self-care allows you to 99% your injury bar. So if you do see the killer coming at you and you can't hide with spine chill, you'll be able to quickly tap your self-care, go back up to the healthy state, and then start a regular chase without being one shot. So this allows you to get the maximum use out of resilience without being vulnerable and one shot to the killer, topped off with empathy that allows you to see even more information on where the killer is or help out the survivors that are injured. Coming in at number 1, we have the Altruistic Meg build. This focuses on altruism and getting as many unhooks and heals as possible with only using Meg's teachables. And the perks that are going to be in this build are Sprint Burst, Kindred, Will Make It, and either Adrenaline or Spine Chill. Sprint Burst is arguably one of the best exhaustion perks in the game, and it's really easy to use because whenever you're not exhausted, whenever you run, you break into a sprint burst of 150% of your base running speed for 3 seconds. This is really good in and out of chases. Outside of chases, you can run around the map really quickly from objective to objective, or quickly run to go unhook someone. And inside of a chase, if the killer is about to come chase you, you get a huge head start to a chase. Kindred is arguably one of the best information perks in the game because whenever a survivor gets hooked, you get to see the killer's aura whenever they're inside a 16-meter radius of that hook at tier 3. And on top of that, all the other survivors' auras are revealed to you. And whenever you're hooked, all of the survivors get to see each other, and then they get to see the aura of the killer within 60 meters like you would. This is a fantastic altruistic perk, not only for you, but your teammates, because when you're going to unhook someone, this basically assures that nobody's going to be farming any survivor and nobody's going to be farming you, and you're always going to get a safe unhook because you're going to be able to see when the killer walks away from that hook, and then that's when you can go in and get the unhook really easily without any killer pressure. Will Make It allows you to heal the survivors twice as fast after you unhook them for a total of 90 seconds at tier 3. This is a really good altruistic perk because right when you unhook someone, it's going to be fast enough that you can heal them right under hook without getting pressure from the killer, so that unhooked survivors aren't running around injured injured and one shot anymore. And the 90 seconds is long enough that not only will you be able to heal the person under hook that you just unhooked, but you'll also have enough time to maybe go out and find another survivor to fully heal at twice the speed. The fourth perk is either going to be adrenaline or spine chill. And adrenaline, as an altruistic player, you're going to be unhooking a lot of survivors, which means that you're going to be in contact with the killer a lot and you're going to be injured a lot. So when you do finally get all of those gens finished, you're going to be able to heal up a health state and then also get a sprint burst. So if you are in a chase, it can come in really clutch, especially if you are in the dying state. You'll heal back up to the injured state. But if you're not a huge fan of adrenaline and don't think you're going to get enough use out of it because it only gets used once at the end of the trial, you can also use spine chill as a really good killer information perk to know if outside of the kindred range the killer is coming back to the hook while you're healing with Will Make It. These four perks work really well together in making the best possible altruistic build, because kindred and Will Make It allows you to basically guarantee a safe unhook with kindred, in that you'll always be unhooking when the killer is not in that radius, and because the killer isn't that range, you'll also be able to heal them really quickly under hook with Will Make It. You'll be getting those safe unhooks and those full heals in the altruistic category, which is fantastic. And sprint burst is a fantastic exhaustion perk to have because you're going to be running into the killer a lot when you're doing altruistic actions like unhooking, so being able to get a huge head start when the killer is chasing you is always optimal. And adrenaline or spine chill works super well in this build as well. So yeah guys, those were the top 3 best beginner survivor builds in DBD. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about these top 3 builds. Also let me know what your guys' favorite survivor build was when you started out playing DBD. I want the beginner survivors to be able to not only use these top 3 builds, but also look in the comment sections for even more fantastic beginner builds. So yeah guys, that's been the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. This has been Sharpshot, and I will see you guys in the next video.